Hey everybody, how's it going? Um, welcome to
Everybody
my
again.
COVID story and life and death. It's good to be back with you guys. Ron, what's up, dude? I'm glad you made it for a little bit because I know you're going through a hard time with the storm. Prayers go out to you and your family. Pinky, how you doing? Pinky Eli, how's it going? Patty, I know you'll be back. What's up, Just E? White Wolf, what's going on? Um, So yeah, guys, just hanging in there. Wait for a little bit more people to come in. They'll start. I don't want to repeat myself. um, Jax, what's up, dude? How is it
What's up,
going?
bro? Long time no see.
Yeah, shoot. No, not you. I'm talking about Jax.
Huh?
Talking about Jax in the chat. Oh,
Nothing.
you're here for a
Be with
bit.
you.
Yeah. Paranormal
I'm here for
Underworld. I'll say Paranormal Underworld. No, I'm here for a bit. Yeah, I know, Ron, man. Hope everything. Hope you. Hope you're okay out there, man. I know you said you're at the gas pump and stuff like that. So, yeah. Um, I'll start if you want to mute your mic, Jax, for a bit, and then yes. Okay, guys. Um, my name's Eli. You guys know me as Eli Family 1983. Um, I was I went down with COVID, um, in April 4th. Well, before then, I was coughing. I was feeling sick. I remember my friends YouTube were saying, "Hey, you need to go to the hospital," but I ignored them because I'm hard headed, of course, And the next 3 days it got worse. You know, I was taking cough medicine and everything else. I thought I could beat it, And I remember I was like breathing like like it was just I mean coughing as well, and I'm luckily I got out of bed and made it to the hallway into the front door. um, all I remember is passing out in the ambulance, and them giving me, air to breathe into, and nothing worked. And then after that, lights out. You know, I ended up in I ended up in a dark hole, like and all of a sudden I was, hey guy, the letter I don't know. So thanks for being here, Mickey. I remember me. It's kind of like a void. I was in the void at first, like I was saying. Um, so then I woke up and I seen this one lady. She was putting tubes down my throat. You know what I mean? And I remember coldness going down my lungs. And I remember like them basically. I felt the calculations in my body, all through my body, and I remember them putting me on the shelf, and then all my family's like, this is gonna get them better. Oh yeah, it is. I seen all my family's friends, and I'm thinking to myself, I was like, where am I? You know what I mean? Like, and it was really lonely, and no one was there for me. Like, basically, no one could hear me. I was just a stuffed doll on a panel, on the on the drawer, on the shelf, Um, so yeah, I mean, it was a wild experience, like, and I remember just being downtown and seeing the sky, and I'm just praying to God, save me from what's about to come, like I just felt like I was doomed. Hey, Matt, how's it going? Um, so that continued for a little bit, and guys, when you die, you know, you forget about the life you have right now on earth. You forget about your loved ones, but your loved ones are there. Um, but going out to my story, I remember when I was passed away, I seen doctors' faces. I seen my room. I remember sitting in the chair and my mom telling me, everything's gonna be okay. She was just patting my head and everything, and then I remember saying, "What's wrong?" She was like, "Don't get up, don't get up." I mean, it's fine. And I remember hearing the machines in the background, nurses talking. Um, and then it changed to it changed to someone putting me in their golf bag, you know, then to a stadium, like someone was getting a someone was like of getting married or something like that. And then there was like a bulletin board where there was three guys in the truck, and I mean it was just basically, one place to another. It was a nonstop loop where it's a different story. You know what I mean? Like then it went to I was fishing with this guy in the North Pole. I'm not gonna lie about that. It was pretty stupid crazy, but it's just the way it was. And it was sort of like a comfort to me. It was sort of like he was telling me everything was gonna be okay, and um there was his family members around, and it was just crazy how they were so welcoming and stuff. And all of a sudden they knew I was gonna my um I was gonna go to another place. Then I went to one place to another where I'm over here. This guy's looking into some like laptop or computer, whatever, and I seen my garage. It was empty, and I seen these two spirits in there. It was a male, it was a black guy. It was a little it was a white little girl just walking around the basement. I mean, in the garage, and he was up in there like, oh, they're spirits. They're never gonna leave that place, And it was crazy. I was just like, what? And so he would go in there and he would go over there and like, investigate or whatever he did. Then he would come back. So then for a while I would be like, what the hell? Like I couldn't feel my body, but I could feel just my eyes staring at that screen, just constant, So then there I went to another place where they were having a cookout, but there was no one there. And I remember smelling the food, and I'm like, "Ooh, that sounds good," but I don't have an appetite. I can't eat nothing. Um, I then all of a sudden they're wheeling out this guy in a black bag. It was in the house is half mortuary, and then the house. And then I walk over, I unzip the bag, and I see myself, staring at me. Um, and right there, I knew, wow, he back from his right. Do I will? It was not a vacation, but yeah, I slept for a while. Thanks, Second Star. I appreciate it, buddy. Um, yeah, if you guys don't mind sharing me out, it'd be cool. You know, um, so, yeah, so there that went on to. It was just a constant thing going on. It was constant. Um, there it went to where I was stuck in the van. There was a big nail this long stuck in my foot, and I was just like, "Oh man, it was crazy." Um, then I went to a building. Suddenly, I went to a building. They rescued me, and then all of a sudden, there was this big, giant, big woman right there. Like I was in like one of those storage containers, where they ship across the country, and I had a lot of stuff in. I was trying to get up. I couldn't because I was tied down. So basically, I was tied down in my hospital bed so I won't pull out my tubes. But I didn't know that at the time. I didn't know I was dead. So I was constantly getting up from all this mess. And I remember in my mind, I was a security guard, and that lady was attacking me. I was waiting for my gun. I was looking for it. So then all of a sudden, I got up and I ran, and I was in some thrift store. I remember getting up and I was just like running, running, running. And then all of a sudden I'm in a hospital bed. I remember seeing my room, you know, and then the nurse was just putting IVs in me. And I remember this one guy, he was telling me, "Hey, when you get out, I want you to go do something. I want you to go hurt somebody." And then I was just like, "What?" And then I remember seeing the gas pump. I remember it feels like I was what do you call it? It feels like I was a truck driver, at some point. So then it's crazy. I went to the bathroom, the gas station bathroom, and I was like, I looked at the mirror. I couldn't see myself. It was sort of translucent. It was not myself. Um, and then I remember going from there to another place, but in the deep giant hole, I went into this deep giant 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 hole, and I remember seeing these people from the 1800s. It was a female and a male, and I guess it was a parent, I guess, with the small child. So I remember them building the dam from back then. What's up, California? Ford, how's it going? Um, I remember seeing that. I remember seeing them building a dam from the 1800s up, and then they're saying we're gonna give you money so you can get out of what you're getting out of, because I know it could be expensive. I was like, what are you talking about? So then I went up, and then there was all these computer screens, and there was a security guard sitting in front, and I remember trying to get out these metal doors and I couldn't. They told me not to go out, and it was just a constant loop. I remember, I remember God was showing me a walkaway, or I know you guys call it a different God. That's fine with me. You know what I mean, like upper power or whatever you guys call it. Um, I remember just this guy was walking his driveway, and he was walking right. So, um, he was walking, he dropped and died. Got up, walking from his car, dropped and died. Dropped and died. Constant loop, and you could see his face. He was just like, oh my god, I'm so tired of this. And then after that, um, I went on to expose them people that was trying to make me to a doll or something. Um, and I remember it was a post office. It felt like a post office, but I remember laying there in the ground. It felt like I was in the ground, but I was in a hospital bed. And I remember my family; they knew what was going on, and I exposed that lady, and they all tried to change the place around to like they're selling masks or whatever. It was crazy. Um, and then all of a sudden, like they were just covering everything up. So cops came and everything else. So all of a sudden, I went to another location where I was looking up, and there was like a big ceiling fan. There was little knickknacks everywhere. Like little figurines and everything else. And I remember seeing a bathroom, and there was these nurses over there, and I remember seeing a TV that didn't work. But it felt, I mean, at that time it was okay. It felt like, they were there to do me wrong. But then the next moment it transformed me. It teleported to a place where they're like, well, if you harm this person, then we'll get you we'll wake you up from whatever you're dealing with. So I did that and nothing happened. What's up, Nicole? How's it going? Brenda, how's it going? Um oh, Brenda, do you want a link? Probably Jax could send you the StreamYard link if you want. Um oh, thanks, Brenda. How are you doing? I mean, Nicole, how's it going? Um, so yeah, so after that, I was laying down again, and but I was back in this room. I was just like, but this time it felt comfort again. We're seeing that TV and the ceiling fan and stuff like that, and they're telling me there's something wrong with your brain. We're gonna put you back. So we're gonna put you back where your mind's okay. And they're showing me a computer screen that where somewhere in my brain there was something wrong. I mean, I was just like, I felt I was secure. So then all of a sudden, I I went somewhere else. I was in this dumpster again, where I couldn't move my hands. Remind you, I was tied down at the hospital bed. So then I was saying, God, help me, God, help me, God. Help me from this mess. I was just crying, dude. I was just like, where am I? Where am I? Please don't leave me here, and then these people come, we'll help you out. Come on. So they couldn't get me out. They tried to call the cops. They couldn't get me out. I felt like I was like in this where you're waiting for trains area, you know what I mean? Like so yeah, those other people trying to help me out. I couldn't move. They couldn't get me out of the restraints. And I was in this garbage truck. I was like, I mean, it was like a garbage truck. It was sort of like when you put the garbage in. Um, so then I went to this other place where I was in this bedroom, and it was two beds. And there were this woman was talking to me and this guy, and they're telling me, you know what? We don't like this place, but we have to live here. I died here. This guy told me, I died here. He goes, are you here now with us? Like, welcome. You can use my TV. You could walk. The TV wasn't working at the time, because remind you, there's no TV where you're at. And so I would walk around the neighborhood. It was weird, man. I remember feeling the heat on my face. I mean, knowing that I can't use my legs. There was no such thing as a walker. There's no such thing as a cane. There's no such thing as McDonald's. There's no such thing as any food area out there. And you're just walking. Basically, I was just moving with my eyes. And then all of a sudden, like, I mean, so some were pretty weird, funny. I was sitting there in this white room desk, and I was competing against a pizza person. You know what I mean, like a company. And what's crazy about that? But at the same time, I would look down, and I would see like nails coming out of my nail. I mean, the needles come out of my nails. You know what I mean? It was just weird. It was just a weird experience. Um, and then I would go to a time where, I was talking to this guy. He was showing me like a tugboat, and I remember he was telling me, he goes, I remember I used to travel on that boat, but then I died. And I was like, tell me about your death. And he was all looking at me sad. He goes, I was killed. I was killed on this boat, and now I can't come back. I was like, what the hell? Like. And it was just a wild experience. And then it transformed to someone that, like I knew but I didn't know. But it was just one of those crazy experience. Um I remember being in my house, I was floating in the air, and I remember seeing a woman that had brown hair and everything else, and she was always talking to me and everything. I was just like, oh, I'm finally home. Everything was dark in the background except one little spot. Um and she was telling me, she was just like, you're not ready to go home yet. You know, you got to stay here, but not yet. Then all of a sudden I transported to another place. It was just a constant mind-boggling thing. What's up, Tammy? How's it going? So then I ended up in my hospital room. I noticed the windows, the doors, doctors, you know, and they were really friendly. They were saying, "Damn, you're my hero. You're about to make it through this. I'm so proud of you." They were so excited to see me and stuff like that. And um, yeah, it was really crazy. It transformed from me being in a hospital room to a garage, then a dance hall looking like. And they were telling the story how in that dance hall someone got murdered. Like every place I went to, something happened. And it was just constant. It was just changing from place to place. It was really crazy. And um wow. I mean, go through heaven and hell, man. Like, I mean, I'm good. I hope you're too. I'm good, Tammy. I'm just, you know, trying to get everything out so, you know, um, so everybody can know, like, in coma, you hear everything. I remember hearing the machines. I remember, like just basically the smells and to me, like, oh man, sometimes I watch YouTube about how I really what I hear, what I heard when I was under and everything else. And I remember um so yeah. So I remember that. It was crazy. And I remember watching that. It was just a familiar noise to me, the machines. And I wanted to know what was around me. And it was just crazy. The way I'm talking right now is the way what I was going through. And it was just the way of it's just the way of expressing what it is on the other side. Like I remember I remember being, in the fetal position, and in my mind, everybody was telling me, "Oh, how you gonna contact your girl? She's gonna know that she's not gonna love you, or you're not, all your friends are gonna hate you. it was just, the devil was constantly picking at you. Like it was just constant, just telling you all these negative thoughts. Families going at each other because I wasn't living, people stressing out and everything else, drama after drama. Man. I mean, you when you die, you make your own hell. And um, it's something that you can't ever experience. When you leave this earth. I mean, I think I know finally I know how it feels to be a spirit, how lonely it is, and they're constantly going through their own battles of being dead, for eternity. That month, it felt like, yeah, it felt like it was eternity for me. It wasn't a month, it was a year, it was 2 years. There was no time and space. There was no clock to look at. There was none, and even when I got rescued, at times when I was on the other side. I remember there was a big party and I was like, this is my time to get away. Cops were coming because they're doing something wrong in that part. I don't know what. Um, so then I would get in this big old blimp, and there was these like old uh, what do you call it, cameras and everything else from the 1950s and everything. I made it home and I see my mom. I was like, yes, I'm finally home. Then right when I was about to hug my mom, it took me to um, a thrift store, but it was one of the old ones, and it felt like it had a clock or something. It was an old one. So then I see my mom again. She was like, "You made it home." I see my daughter. I see one of my best friends I haven't seen for years. Um, oh my God, it was amazing. I remember like, oh, I finally made it home. I don't have to worry about this. And then all of a sudden, it just took me to a darker place. It took me to a realm that's dark, and it was wild. I remember then it took me to a waiting bay outside. I remember seeing my mom, my brother, my sister talking to some doctors that were talking about my trait that I have right here. Um, they were telling me it's too dangerous and stuff like that. And then so like I remember just floating in water, just floating and going to this next island. And then these three people got me out of the water. So, oh, not yet. And then they sat me on the chair. And then I remember this lady. I seen all my family outside the door, going to the bathroom. They're doing something. I guess the doctor was showing them around. Um, and I remember the doctor locked me in accidentally, and I remember I was in this room full of equipment, and I couldn't get out. And I remember like honestly, I shit myself, honestly, and I had all these bugs coming out of my mouth and everything. I guess while they're trying to pull out my tubes or something. Um, and then I woke up, and that's when my life began. You know, I mean, I was still under delirium at the time I was in when I woke up. I remember seeing my mom. I remember recognizing people. I remember seeing doctors that I knew I seen when I was dead. I remember just seeing the window where there was a person always sitting there watching me, and there was one Chinese woman that I didn't see till later on. I remember there was one I missed out. I did miss out. I did miss something out of that. When I was dead, that Chinese woman, she was petite, she was small. I remember when I was dead, she would crate over here where my chest was, and she would got my throat area, and she was taking out all the staples. She was like, "Don't move, don't move." She was constantly like, just ripping the staples out. But then I seen her later on when I got better. What's up, Return of Cat Eyes? How's it going? Um, I remember seeing her, and she goes, "I seen you before, didn't I?" I'm just like, I just kind of like smiled because I couldn't talk, you know. So then I woke up, couldn't talk. I didn't know what the hell happened. They're telling me, "Can you move your feet, your arms?" They're like, "Okay, cool." And I remember, seeing my fiance first time and everything else. and it was kind of like she looked kind of like dark colored, to me. Because when you're dead, you know how right now you can see just light from the sun and everything in the background. When you're dead, it's dark. Like when you're walking the streets when you're dead, let's say you're walking down, a place where you died from, all you see is darkness behind you because there's no sunlight. You know what I mean? Like and I remember just trying to focus my eyes and I was kind of embarrassed because I looked like shit. But then they put this little. I still had the breathing. I still had like the breathing tube a little bit to make sure I was okay or whatever, and to clean out all the mucus out and everything. That was even hell. Just surviving. Plus, they're doing treatments on your throat and everything to get all that stuff out. And I remember they gave me this little tiny box to talk through, and I mean, technology is so beautiful. The way, I heard my voice and I was like, damn, do I got to use this for the rest of my life? I was just so worried about that. But then later on, they took out my tray. It was like four little plastic tube thingy, little strips, I guess, so they could feed me feed, with food and everything. But anyways, oh man, it got wild from there. Like there's times where I was watching TV, and I was still going through delirium for that whole for actually for the whole 3 weeks after. It's crazy, man. I remember, like sitting in the room and electricity went out, and um, I remember nothing was around. I was like, wait a minute, it's a hospital. Like, there got to be some nurses walking around here. What's going on? So I remember I was feeling I was alone deep down. And then I hear this little girl in the background saying, "Are you there?" Oh wait, no, I'm here. Like that. And I was like, what the hell? It's like, not now. I don't want to be going through that. I don't want. And then all of a sudden I see this guy slithering on like a snake, but it was like a human. It was slithering on the ground. I was just like, what the hell? Like it was just crazy. Hey Jax, can you send Brenda a link if you don't mind? A streamer link? Can you send her a link on Twitter?
Who link?
Brenda.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, but yeah, anyway, so I mean, uh, what was that? Huh. So anyway, so I experienced that, and then I remember, oh man, it was just crazy, man. I didn't sleep for days. Like I didn't want to go back to sleep. I remember them taking me out of the room, and to me, I was like in a kitchen area for some reason. I mean, remember you're out of delirium whenever you're out of the when you're out of coma, And I remember I was watching the 500 Club. It was crazy. They just had all this thing going on with the 500 Club. So, hey, Texas 3, long time no see, man. How's it going? So then I remember the lights flicker. I remember the nurse didn't want to go in my room because the lights were flickering. The machines were going off my room, and the nurse was just like, "I'm not going in there." And and then one of the head nurses was just like, "You got to go in there, turn off the machines because he's not going to be in there for a while. He's no longer on the support. Why did it go off? He was disconnected." Um, and so I remember just going. I remember just going back to my room, and there was like 8 switches everywhere. I remember there was switch, boom, click, 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 and even the machines would go off because they would still have the life support machine there just in case, and it was disconnected, and it would keep on going off and on like it's like like that meant I wasn't breathing, but I was actually breathing. I was off of it. And I remember one of the nurses, like, because a month later they took me to the fourth floor, and they told me, and I was like, "Did that really machine go off?" She was like, "Yeah, it was just malfunctioning." I was like, "What do you mean it was disconnected the whole time?" Because that time I was talking with the little trait looking box thingy. It was called a mirror, you know. So it was wild experience that I went through, and I mean I remember when I came. Oh, this is one thing I do remember. Let me go back to when I was dead. I remember. I gotta share this story. I remember I was laying there, and there was. I mean, this guy. He was saying, "Family, family, family," and it turned into a tribal music. And it just went. It was just crazy. It was um he was just it was just like he was talking, but it was singing. I could hear the horn of the I could hear the trumpets. I could hear everything. To me, the trumpets are more like the horns they used back then in the um in what do you call those days? They're kind of like horns, one of those trumpets, not trumpets, horn. So I would hear that, and then I remember God showed me a cloud of somebody telling not to walk away, and I see he showed me in the cloud my uncle. He was just there. You know what I mean? Like he was there in one of those little bags or whatever, one of those pea bags and whatever. He was on the porch. So then I remember God gave me a chance to come home or pass on with him. So I chose to come back, and I'm glad I'm back, y'all, and I mean, um, there was a lot more to, what I experienced. It was a constant loop. And I mean, I'm okay. I'm out of the delirium stage. The only thing that's wrong with me is after COVID is where I get tired easily. I gotta probably go check my vision out because it keeps on focusing, not focusing. Um, I Forgetfulness. Sometimes I'm getting better at it though. Um, just it's just I'm going through rehab 3 times a week, and it's a lot of work. Trust me, guys. I mean, yeah, I walk 3 steps without my walker, and that's it. I'm wiped out, and I was like, damn, man. Well, I need to watch the replay. I just won't. And yeah, no, Texas three should. It's crazy. Like it feels like, when I was that dude, it felt like also that I was in another person's body. Basically, I was seeing the replay of people how they died. I remember also seeing a guy. He was he was also hitting on this woman while the boyfriend from far distance was looking at me like he wanted to kill him. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I was seeing that. I was seeing everybody's life. I was basically seeing my future basically was gonna happen. So far everything's came true. It felt like God was showing me the future, thinking, hey, you need to change your life. I'm bringing you back to earth so you can tell everybody, make your life right by God or the upper power, that what you guys believe in. I mean, it's just experience. It's experience that, I mean, I know what a spirit feels like. Like, I mean, it's you can't control where you are at one time when you die. I mean, every spirit's different. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that y'all's is gonna be the same way, but I mean, I mean, enjoy life, guys. Enjoy life. You can only live once. And with this virus going around and everything, it's not a joke. I know I don't like wearing masks either, dude. I don't, and I still got sick, and it's crazy. I didn't even go out. I'm not going out to shaking my ass at the bars. I'm not doing nothing. And I remember this one doctor, she goes, "Oh, I bet you got sick by, like going to the bars." I was like, I don't even go into bars. I'm at home with my daughter all the time. I'm trying not to get sick. I'm just grateful my daughter, didn't get it bad. I mean, it was a trip. I remember seeing demons. I remember seeing hell. That I don't care to talk about, but it's wild. It's wild seeing, people people say they see these things, but imagine seeing them in bunches running at you. You know, but they're shaped into a human form. They're always man, their eyes are black, like the whole. You don't see no white in your own family members when they try to, or your friends try to hurt you. And it's scary to think about. I don't, you don't, I don't, I have nightmares sometimes. I can't sleep, and all I think about is, I'm just glad I'm here, and there's times where I am hurting most of the time, and there's times where I'm just like, you know, is this what I came back for? Just to feel this pain that I feel right now. Like it's different. It's different now. I see life in a different way, and I don't know what to do. And there's no support out there because doctors want to say, oh, it's this, it's that, it's this, it's that, it's this. They don't know shit. They don't know what we're going through. They don't, and it's something, when you come back, it's not fun because you're constantly going through the same old shit. It's like a memory. You know what I mean? Like, and I mean, I'm better at it now. I don't care to think about it no more because it's it's crazy, like I don't want to relive it, but it feels like it's still out there. It feels like it's a killer trying to get me again. And now they come up with these stupid other viruses names. I'm just like, they're just like making it a name, you know what I mean? Like a state, and I'm just like, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. And just saying, guys, be right, get right, guys. I mean, because appreciate it, spend time with your family more, and I mean, I don't want you guys going through this afterlife, and because it's not fun on the other side, man. It's not, you know, it's not fun. It's not fun. It's scary. I mean, everybody thinks, oh my God, a ghost goes through the wall. It's a scary experience seeing that when you're dead and going through it. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. It's crazy. It's scary. It's scary seeing demons coming at you, 4 or 5 of them. It's crazy, but they're shaped as your family members. You know what I mean? Like it's not them. I mean, it's wild. It's crazy. It's mind fucking. It really is mind fucking. And there's times where I can't sleep, like I told you, and there's times where I'm sleeping good, and all of a sudden I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and it's just crazy. But yeah, and I want to say thanks for all the prayers that you guys have given me, and you know, um, that's why I will continue doing what I do, so I can educate people in, like spirits and everything else, because at the same time, spirits have feelings too. All spirits want to do is they want to be heard. They want to be heard. Be there for them. Just like they respect you, because right now they're going through their own time right now. They're going through their own hell. And when you're talking to them, they don't know how to react with you, because the reason why they're talking to syllables or sometimes it's just mumbling is because they're talking to that other thing that's bugging them to leave them alone, but they're not really talking to you. They're trying to have a decent conversation with you, but then they're pulled into some abyss. You know what I mean? And then they're trying to talk to you at the same time. It's basic just understanding them, and trying to believe in the journey, just like how we want our journeys on YouTube. Um, yeah, I'm done. I'll be back.
Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
I'm not sure.
Hmm.
Probably go dry his face.
Yeah. It's emotional. I mean, when Eli was talking about it that one day up on panel, it made me teary eyed.
I was crying. I was like, dry my eyes.
This experiencing what he has in the afterlife. Not nobody knowing what the afterlife is like until you actually experience it yourself.
I know. I know. We just went through the effects of not having him here with us. Just not like me not being able to talk to him 18 hours a day or something. It's just not being able to talk to him. Period. Not knowing if that was the last time, the day he went in the hospital, the day before, if anybody or me, if I was going to ever hear his voice again. Not
Man,
knowing if that was the last time I'm ever going to be able to talk to my best friend.
it's like
Not
a
knowing.
piece of puzzle missing when he was gone. I mean, seriously, it's like we were all a group, and it's like we can't be a group without that one piece of puzzle.
Nope. It's like doing an entire puzzle, and you need that one piece that's lost, and you have to find it until you can finish it. And he was
Hmm.
that one piece. I mean, I was a mess. I was a mess. Trying to keep myself held together. I was a mess.
Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. It takes a
Gave
lot
me.
of energy. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry, Jack. Go ahead.
Oh no, no, I've cried. That's the first time I've cried. Shoot, I cried a lot when you were gone, bro. I cried a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
I was telling
It,
Brenda, I said, you're like the piece of our little puzzle. It's like doing a whole
yeah.
puzzle and getting a puzzle down the side of the kitchen table, and you've lost that one piece, that one little piece you need, and that was you. We couldn't finish that puzzle.
Yeah.
We were used to, getting on, panels and talking and all that stuff, and then one day there was no Eli.
The one
Yeah.
thirty in the morning
Like
phone calls.
Hmm.
Texas said, like Texas said, they were asked about you every day, and all they could say is, guys, I'll let you know when I know.
Well, that was kind of
If I
my fault
know
because
something, you'll be the first to know. I promise you. But I didn't
I
know
was
anything at all.
Texas 3. My I was stupid because I was wiping my laptop down and and I wanted to clean my whole browser and everything was slow. So then YouTube got I couldn't get on. I don't remember my password because I can't remember my password. And not even to my Twitter. I'm glad I got my Twitter still. But this is my new YouTube. I mean, I'm still trying to remember it. I've been in contact with YouTube and everything, and they're trying to reset my whole thing so I can go on as well with my old email that I used to have in the past. So they're working on that right now, and hopefully in the next month or two, they're gonna help me get back on my channel without me doing anything. So
See what Texas wrote? He goes, he's been
I
wondering,
heard
asked
that.
about you for a long time. Where's Eli? Any updates? Anybody seen Eli? Look,
So
those are the messages I would get daily, about 50 of them a day. I swear to God. Ron would get them. I would get. I didn't have anything to tell anybody, and the tiniest little information I could that made people hold on to Eli's coming back. Any tiny bit of like that live I did. Everybody that knew, I said, look, I got to
Thanks,
update on Eli.
Sammy.
Poof, they went. They all piled in. Everybody was there, except for a minor hiccup.
Thank you,
But
Tammy. That's it.
but I promise you, every single day people were asking about you. There wasn't a day that went by I didn't get 15, 20 messages in my DM or on Twitter or on on the YouTube channel. Any word from Eli, anything from Eli, and it's hard when they know me. They know they like, well, you're his best friend, Jack. She would know. I'm like, I tried to call the hospital. I'm trying to push it out. Shoot.
It was hard. Like now these days,
I was a damn
it's
investigator, bro. I was like
yeah,
Carmen San Diego. I was investigating.
yeah. Let's not get into
Shoot.
that.
But
But I
the fact
remember.
that you had people out there that loved you and wanted to know how you were doing,
Yep.
and now you're back, now you're here, and people are happy about it.
Thank you, Tammy, and thank you guys. Thanks for believing in my journey and um to be honest, like with YouTube, I mean, I'm glad I got a big community that cares, and they're probably used to not this channel, so um just want to say like thank you guys and
Huh.
um it drains me though because I remember I was talking about it the other night and I had this huge nightmare that this one guy was attacking me in my sleep while my family was away and um it feels like you know God wants me to talk about it, but not certain things that I leave out because those things that I don't talk about are meant for those people and they're waiting for it to happen. What's up, Mark? What's going on, dude? Thanks for coming in. Hey, guys, if you missed half of it, you guys can rewind it. It's very interesting what I went through. Um,
Mark B.
huh?
I said, hi, Mark B.
Oh. But yeah, guys, I'll bring up a panel if you guys want to come up, hang out, talk about anything else or paranormal or whatever, like with Bigfoots, whatever. Hang out. So probably be on there for another hour and 30 minutes. So um, this really drains. It's like using a spirit. It's just like when you guys use your abilities like Jax, it drains you. This drains me. You know what I mean? Like it really does talking about it. Thank you, Tammy. I appreciate it. Yeah, I know. Like when I got out of hospital, I got all these bills and everything else, and I tried to contact all my insurance to pay for them and everything. I hate that. I hate getting out of hospital and I'm not gonna talk about it, but my phone, supposedly disappeared and my number that I did not fucking want, it's there. And that's the reason why I can't get into my fucking YouTube. It's because they want a damn fucking link to get in. So I'm working. I actually called Cricket, the corporation. They're working with to restoring my number to my old number as much as they can. So
Oh,
and
are
I
they
told them what
really?
What plant?
I'm suffering. I'm suffering still with everything, everything.
Good.
So hopefully,
They should be able to, without a problem, to get back in your old number. They should be. They may take them a hot
yeah,
minute, but they'll get into it. I know they will. If they can get into my old number, they can get in yours.
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Because that would really help me out, though. I mean, but yeah, I'm just glad I didn't suffer through any lung damage or anything else. I don't even know how you. If I just put the
Bro,
link out here.
bro, where my mod at?
Oh shit! Hold on.
Oh, shit. Hey, shit.
Hold
I'm
on. Give me a
looking at
second.
Jason's going, how the fuck did you get that? My mod,
But
my
I
mod.
want to know. But I want to know. I want to know if it's on my channel. Yeah, it is on my new channel. Okay, thank God. Hold on, give me a second. Rory, can you type out? Oh, there you go. I need mods just in case. There's been a couple of haters out there too lately.
What?
Well, you
There
never
ain't
know,
no
man.
haters.
Shoot. No, it's been a while, but did it work?
Yeah, it's out there. It's on there.
Okay. I'll put out a link. I don't know if I can do a link thingy. How do you do that link? Hold on. I'm gonna put it
You
on
did
top.
put
I'm
your
gonna
link
pin it.
out.
Okay,
Your
I'm gonna
link's in
pin
the
it, guys.
screen.
Whoever wants to
Oh,
come up, if you have any questions to talk about whatever, hang out. I'm on here for 2 hours, well, an hour more. So it just gets really draining talking about it, really emotional, So I meant
made me cry, man.
thanks, dude. Thanks.
You did.
Well,
I was like, I messed up my makeup. There we go.
oh damn, I follow you and see.
She did a new color to her hair, so I told her to send me a pic on Twitter to show me her hair color.
Oh, sweet, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys
See?
could take. I got my
Yeah,
Twitter
through a
down
certain
there.
point in time, a hollow winter season, you got to start changing your color to dark
Yeah.
instead of light.
I know I kind of missed some things, um, through my journey and stuff like that. If you guys want to contact me on Twitter, it's at the bottom of my description. You guys can ask me questions that you guys want or come up on panel, like I said. I don't mind answers. Some deaths are experienced. People experience their deaths differently. So some questions I'm just like, I don't know. There was so much going on. You know what I mean? Like it was just like a two. Oh man, my experience just like a. It felt like a clip was just longer than my whole life. You know, it was just weird. So man, I can explain better. You know what I mean? If you have any questions, it was just a wild experience. Like, I mean, you see faces out there that it's just yeah. But the
What,
struggle was real.
like, what tripped me out was when he told me that ghosts move things with their eyes.
They do.
That tripped me out. I was sitting here like, how in the world? Because I always thought, it makes you wonder because, when you get scratched by a ghost, how do they do it?
Well, because as my experience, um, you when you die, you just see. You move things with your mind. When you touch somebody, that's why that cold presence is there. But you don't the spirit as my experience, you don't feel the coldness. You might do it because we don't have the warmness anymore because we're dead. We're passed on. We don't feel cold, but you might feel it's that way. That's the reason why you feel this, and that's the reason. Well, because when you move things, I mean, I understand. I mean, some spirits can't throw things because they. I mean, I don't know about the energy. I don't know if I'm sucking the energy out of the equipment. I don't know. I don't know. I can't remember most of all that. I can't remember visiting Jack's or visiting, like talking on Sphere. But I can't remember that because I had so much going on through my head. I mean, it was so much going on when I was dead, and maybe I will remember, But there's times where I try to move on. I'm trying to move on from that. It's really hard to think about. I mean, it's like a second memory to me. But now I'm trying to move on. What's up, Colleen? How's it going? So that's how it works. Um, yeah, that is cool. That's interesting. Texas 3, maybe. But I mean, I never see a number. I don't know. How you doing, Colleen? Man, it's been a long time. It took me by surprise. Export was closed. It was 6. Man, I got quiet now. Um, yeah, but it's a wild experience though. Man, but in your dream, you can you can tell, you can hear people people stressing, bickering at each other, family members, friends. It's just that tension of how is he? Like, how is he doing? But there's so much fighting going. Like, it's so much. You can feel it. You can hear people talking shit. You can hear people talking shit about somebody, and then whenever you're live, they tell you what really happened, and you're like, "Damn, I heard all that." You know what I mean? I did. I mean, I remember seeing janitors going up elevator. I remember seeing the elevator when I woke up. I remember seeing that bathroom there. I remember seeing that walker there, the same one that I seen when I passed away. I mean, I remember seeing just basically my whole room. Basically, basically seeing my locker right there, like, and seeing the poster where it has the doctor's name and everything. Like, I remember seeing that. It's wild. Too many people here, huh? I mean, well, I'm glad you came, Colleen. Like, I mean, because this is my new channel, Colleen. If you want to hit the sub button, that'd be cool. Um, I'll have more updates. Like I told you, I'm going through physical therapy. People that came in, going through physical therapy, trying to get better and stuff like that. Um, it's really tiring with COVID. After COVID, I mean, you're still struggling. I mean, I could breathe fine. My heart's fine. Like everything's back to normal. You know, I cough a little bit. But that's normal. Um, yeah. Text 3. Let me see and put this up. Um, it's because some dreams can be disturbing if you don't know what they mean. when this actual meaning could be much more simple. It is sex dream. When I had that dream about someone attacking me, I was just like, what? Like, I wouldn't even use my walker, my cane. I was just like, it felt like, it was just crazy, man. I tell you guys, like, man, like the other night, I had a dream some witches tried to chase me down. I was like, what the freak? Like, it was crazy. Like, man, oh my God, I don't know what they put in you. I remember, I still have uh steroids in my lungs too. It should be done almost. That's why I can't drink any alcohol yet or anything. So, um, like I said, I still have my tray. It's clearing up. Um, yeah, it's scary. It's a scary time right now. I mean, I never used to go out, so I'm used to it. But oh, there she is. She's back.
Had to take care of some stuff.
Yeah, I bet.
Had to check on the baby kitty.
Oh, poor thing.
What you mean, poor thing? He's terrorizing me, man. He's he's not a little baby kitty no more. Now he's a cat kitty.
Yeah, thanks for the bone. Oh, no problem, man. See, I'm trying to. Oh, here we go. Hey, Colleen, what's going on? How's it
Hi.
going?
Been a long time no
Oh,
see.
hell yeah, man. I'm trying to get back on my channel. Like I said, it sucks starting over, but it is what it is. You know,
I agree with you.
I'm working on it.
Oh shoot, hold on. My sorry.
That's okay. I think we're echoing because of Jax a little bit.
No, no, no. It was me. I
Oh,
have
okay, okay.
your channel going and right.
Okay,
So
so how's it
how are you
going?
feeling?
Oh,
How are you feeling?
uh, chaotic. I was just telling my story about my afterlife. In the beginning, if you want to go back and check it out, like it was just crazy. Like, hey,
Yeah.
Jax, can you mute? I'm echoing. If you don't mind.
Oh.
I don't think she can hear me. Hey, Jax, can you mute? Wait, no, he's gonna wait. Yeah, because it's echoing a little bit.
Huh?
It's echoing. Can you mute?
How can I echo?
No, okay, that was gone. I don't know what's going on. Um, but no, it was just Jax. She's cool. Sometimes, yeah. Um, but no, like I was saying, it was a wild experience. Like going through death and everything else, and um, it was just like a clip going by, of people trying to hurt you, heal you, but it was really helping, and it was just a nonstop, you know, just death experience. It taught me, like what spirits feel and what they go through, and like it just showed me a lot that it's really just yeah, it's something that, I wouldn't want to experience again. I tell you that.
Oh man. When I found out you've been in the hospital for a while there, I'm like, what? How that happened? He was being cautious. What?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was wild, man. I mean, I remember just like I told you, I remember just um waking up one morning, couldn't breathe. I was actually like feeling sick, but then I couldn't breathe. Like the next morning, my lips were turning blue, and went to hospital, and I was gone. I remember just, yeah, basically dying in the ambulance and waking up and experiencing all that, and I mean, it was wild. Like, I mean, going through hell, like basically, like yeah, being tortured,
and,
and
and then wake up and you're like, okay, what happened?
yeah,
It's like one of those like flashbacks. It's like, okay, What happened?
I didn't know. It's like you're not knowing what that you died though. It's like it's yeah. Like I'm telling you, like it's something that yeah. Um, I remember going crazy, man. Go when I was dead. Like I remember like I tell just your own voice telling you like you're worthless. Your family's not gonna care about you, and blah 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 blah. And I remember seeing people I don't even know, dying and stuff like that, and um just visions of things that's gonna happen and such and such. And I remember them like stuffing me, as a doll, basically. You know what I mean? I remember all the liquid going down my body. I remember them sticking me on the shelf and just, seeing my family like didn't give a fuck. They're just looking at me. Okay, whatever. All right, thanks a lot. Appreciate it, Mark.
No,
Uh,
that's sad. They should have a little bit sympathy for you. That just
it's hell. Basically, if basically you're going through your own hell. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's basically. I remember, just laying in the hospital, seeing what my hospital room looked like, and I remember seeing, um, just basically just them were doing brain surgery on me and everything else, and I remember them not, trying to ask for help and no one was there. Remember escaping, dangerous situations, and it was just wild. I mean,
oh man.
sorry, it's just draining talking about it again. But if you want to look back at the beginning,
Oh,
you know,
I'll look back in the beginning. Don't worry
yeah,
about that.
it's just draining to talk about it again. It's just
Yeah, it's kind of depressing, isn't it?
yeah, it's scary. It's basically like, the way I talk is basically that's what I was just like it's just a constant it's a constant it's like a constant movie but going in fast motion, but it's a loop over and over. It's basically them torturing you over and over again. You know what I mean? Like there's no help. It's basically just, torture when you die. Some are different, like I said, some spirits are different. I remember me going through a wall when I was a spirit, and it was scary experience, you know. I mean, it's wild. Um, I remember nurses that I haven't even seen before, and I remember knowing what they look like, and I mean maybe I left my body a lot of times. I remember my fiance, she was telling me that she see me peek around her bedroom corner, and everything else. And people would have dreams that I'm gonna make it out and everything, walk out. And or if that word is ideal. Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know, Texas. I don't know if you're sure. Well, um, I think that's what they call because a lot of people they suffer like me. Like after today I could just go on with my life like nothing. I could just go on like it was nothing. I mean, like, but it's a struggle. That's part of your memory. All that torture I went through. Sometimes like one time my mom was driving me to go get my injection, and I remember the back of a van, and I remember being tortured in the back of a van. You know what I mean? It's just a memory that sets it off. What's up, Sam? How's it going? Um, but yeah, it's just memories that bring it back. I remember it's just like I was watching this one movie where the soldiers were getting help because they were going through PTSD, and I couldn't watch it. It was just like, uh-uh, I can't go there because those memories are the smell of the machine, you can hear the machines, the how the machines sound like when you couldn't breathe. Do, 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 do. You know what I mean? It was wild.
And then that buzzing sound, like you
Yeah.
got beep, 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 and
Yeah.
you know for a fact you're laying there and you're hearing that,
Yeah.
but your subconscious saying you're somewhere
Thanks,
else.
X3. Hey, Doris.
So yeah, I know where you're coming from. I'll go back and watch all that. But besides all that craziness and everything, You're feeling okay, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm going through after COVID stuff, but that's because I'm tired and I might need to get glasses again, I think, because um, sometimes I'm full of energy. Sometimes, like today, well, I'm live, but at the same time, most of the all day, I got to keep myself moving. My fear is, I remember during when I got up, I remember trying to get up and my right leg, I couldn't even stand up. I couldn't even lift my butt to get out of my wheelchair. That's how bad it messes with you. It kills your muscle. I mean, right now I'm okay. I could get up and everything else, and I mean, but in the beginning I was struggling. I was even struggling to even sit out of bed. I would sit up, and I would go like it was just I had no strength at all. I mean, it was wild. They had me in the bed for a month until I went to two different facilities because insurance only paid 26 days and everything. I just got out in June, but I had to like give my 100% to walk with my cane again and walker. I'm trying to get rid of my walker. I'm trying to get away from walking with my walker, but I mean, it's a struggle to even do that. I mean, because you think about it, with your pain you had before, like I'm still getting injections, I'm still going through all of that. I mean, it's no joke. I mean, it really tears you up.
And how's the weather by you, by the way?
Oh, it's hot. It's perfect. I mean, I feel sorry for the people over there that are suffering through the hurricane. That now they're going through a rough time.
Oh yeah, they
Thank you,
said
Mark.
they're working fast to gain the power back on in Louisiana, but all the way through her line of destruction, there was multiple tornadoes, lots of flooding. Um, Cars are getting swapped, moved out of the way.
Yeah.
Some of the roads, do you see that? Some of the roads are like not there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to replace that road that people drive on. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, I see that. It is
And then I,
crazy out there.
and then I feel bad for New York and Pennsylvania because they got
Hey,
hit
Justy,
really bad.
welcome back.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, no, you're good. You're good. Jesse, what's up? We're just hanging out, chilling. um, but I am doing interviews later on. I was just want to hang out for a little bit, let you know that I am back, but yeah,
You
not
know
fully
what?
back. But yeah,
I have a good idea for you.
what's up?
Very good idea, and I hope you take it and run with it.
Hmm.
Have a panel that people went through COVID-19 just like you went through. Have a big old discussion about it. Have a big
Yeah,
panel of it.
yeah.
It'll help.
That's actually what I'm doing though. I got a couple people that are gonna come up and talk about it. I just gotta just see what happens. So, because they're kind of going through the same thing too. I mean, they had their own channels, but I mean, they're going through it worse. You know, um, they're struggling. So, so we'll see.
Hey, Eli,
Oh,
I got a question. It might be a weird question, but I got a question.
okay.
Okay, so you know how when paranormal investigators they go out and
Hmm.
you hear these ghosts, they say, I'm thirsty."
Hmm.
Did you, while you were out, did you have any like spirit or anything approach you and say, "Can you get me a drink of water? Can you get me something to
No,
eat?"
no, and you know what? I never felt hungry or thirsty when I was dead. I mean, some are different. Some spirits are different. Some spirits they die of probably not not drinking or eating enough, back then, because they did suffer through that, and you think about it, people died like back in the 18, 1700s, the water was basically, they said that the waters were basically not safe to drink from. So maybe that's why they're saying that. I don't know. I mean, to me, you feel no hunger, you feel no thirst. To me, in that respect, but I never. Well, I mean, No, not basically. I mean, it's basically just loneliness and sad and trying to communicate with your loved ones, basically. Yeah, I did. Or I'm sorry. Go ahead, Brenda.
No, I was just wondering because it just it kind of trips me out when you hear a ghost say, "I'm thirsty." Kind of a drink, and I just wondered if you went through that when you were out. If you had ghosts coming to you, like can you get us something to drink, or is there a way,
Mm-mm.
stuff like that. I was just curious.
No, no, no. Like even when I got back, even when I got back, I'm like more thirstier than ever. It's kind of weird.
Mm.
I mean, it's weird. It is, and no, but I mean, I don't know. I never experienced hungriness. I never experienced thirst. I mean, I never had someone tell me, "Hey, I'm thirsty or hungry." Like I mean, I don't know.
It kind of makes you wonder why they ask you that, though. I mean,
I don't
seriously.
know. But you think about it, people like I was saying a minute ago, like back then in the 1800s, 1700s, 1500s, they used to tell the people don't drink from that water. They used to just drink beer because they thought that would they would clean the system out. Because remember, they didn't have showers back then a lot. So,
Mm.
Doris, yes, I did. I seen a lot of spirits going through their own death. Like, I remember seeing this one spirit, like in the drive. I was talking about this, um, in the beginning, where there's a spirit in the driveway. He died, then he was going back. Like he was constantly reliving his death, but constantly getting up, dying, dying, constantly getting up. Man. I'm happy. Oh, thanks, bro. I appreciate it, man. I will stay positive. That's all we got. Stay positive and be safe. No, I'm not
E-
gonna do it again, man.
Eli, I got a question for you. Did you ever seen your spirit guide?
I know she was with me. I remember her telling me that. I remember when I did explain this in the beginning, but I remember waking up, okay, and I remember all the electricity went. I don't know how, but it was a great day out there. That I remember I had a nice window near my hospital bed, and everything turned off. TV turned off, and everything else. And I remember a little girl saying, "I'm here," right next to me. Like it was just weird. Then even the nurse said that the light never turned on. No, the light never went off. The power never went off. But she had like 30. It took her 30 minutes to get my TV on because something was wrong with it. So I remember hearing that spirit. And I remember hearing also when I was when I was still at the hospital. I remember hearing the dog, just whimpering. You know what I mean? Like every time I would say I'm not gonna do the paranormal no more, it was just whimpering, like complaining and everything, like I was gonna give it up and everything else. And it was just weird. So,
Well,
oh,
I am so glad that you're back and you're live streaming. I'm just so happy you're back, man.
thanks,
Don't
thanks.
don't give me that scare ever again.
Oh well, I'll try it. Well, with everything going on, who knows? Nah, well, I'm not. I mean, like that's why I try to be more precautious and everything when I go out. I hardly go out to be honest now. It's scary. Like to me, it's like if someone comes near me, I'm just like, hey, you know what I mean? Step back of you. You know what I mean? Because you never know. Um, but see, it's weird. Everybody will experience different death differently. But you know what? Death's not the end. You're still gonna see your loved ones. You're still gonna see this. I mean, hey, what's up, Carol? How's it going? Welcome. I'm good. I'm great. I just got done talking about my death experience and struggling through COVID and after COVID and everything else. And it's good. At least I didn't suffer through any lung damage or anything else. So a lot of people suffer through a lot, like brain fog and everything else. So I'm grateful. Um, for real.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
you
Justine,
got
thank you.
you got guardian angels looking out for you, man.
Yeah, but right now, like in my room, like I feel it's clear, but I'm closed off to it. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of weird. Share, share, share. Thank you, Justine. Um, and it sucks starting the channel over again. Oh, hate it, but I'll get there again.
Oh, I did it myself too. I went oops multiple times, and now I
Oh,
regret it every time. So
oh,
now it's like you gotta redo everything. You gotta go through every little thing, make sure everything is set up correctly. If it's not set up correctly, then you're stuck, and then you're like, it's a mess. It is
yeah,
a hot mess.
yeah, it is. And I'll tell you, I'll tell you one thing, guys. When you're dead, like you see this light behind me, like I was saying earlier, it's like a heaviness. It's like it's heaviness. It's black. When you're going through your whatever's going through, it's gray. Like to you, nothing right now matters. You know what I mean? Like just letting y'all know. Like man, I don't know, man. I mean, everything just seems to stop. Like I remember there was always water around me, Brenda. I remember there's always water around me. So maybe you're right about that. I just wasn't thinking at that time. I remember that. And I remember this girl's always tried to feed me food and everything else too. I remember like seeing my family at a restaurant when I was dead. And I remember this lady going up to me and be like, "Hey, you want something to eat? You should eat this." I'm just like, "I'm not hungry." Like, food didn't matter to me. Getting home mattered to me. I remember my phone ringing all the whole time, and they're like, "Your phone's not here." I remember like shitting over myself, them throwing me on the ground, and them not wiping me up. Like I remember that. Like this is when I was dead. I remember, it was something that like it was just basically just torture the whole time you were dead. You know what I mean? To you when you die. You
It's like
know.
you said, you're going through your own hell. Is what you keep telling me. And
Mm-hmm.
you got the chance to see something that nobody else did, and you know what that other side is like.
Mm-hmm. It's like
And,
it's like. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
it's like every ghost hunter is out there trying to figure out what that other side is like. And now that you've been to that other side, you can tell us what that other side is like. You
Mm-hmm.
experienced it. It's like you kept stressing to us from the day you come back. It's like you're going through your own hell, your own heaven, your own hell. But most of the time, it sounded like you was. I'm getting emotional. It sounded like you was getting like staying in your own hell the whole time. It wasn't like a good experience. It was like I don't know how to explain it. It just I don't know. It's weird. It was really weird and it's crazy.
You're welcome, Jesse. It is. I mean, it's something. Even though I still haven't wrapped my mind around it. Um, no one will ever. Let's say you're a spirit, right? Your time stops and everything. Let's say the spirit comes back to his body. You know, um, let's say you come back. You're glad to be alive, but you're never the same when you come back. You're never the same. I mean, I'm like before this, I was hearing everybody's experience and everything what they went through. Mine was different than theirs. Yeah, I remember seeing God at the end. I remember him telling me, "Give me a choice. I want to come back or not." I mean, I'm glad I did, but there's times where, you're stressing for nothing. You know what I mean? Or you're stressing because someone's pissing you off. But to me, I don't know. To me, it feels like it feels like my mind. It feels like my mind is. It feels like I'm starting over a new life. It feels like I'm going into. It feels like I'm going into my new world. I'm not worried about how I used to be. I mean, I'm not saying I was a bad person. I'm still the same way. But it feels like my mind is going into, I want to go into a better way of seeing things. You know what I mean? Than what I used to. You know, but I still have those questions that are nagging at me. You know what I mean? Questions that I wish I would have. I mean, honestly, I don't have all the questions, but I mean, but I really I just thought that I can control it when I was dead. I just thought that I could I could those questions that I wanted to know, I just wish I could see them in there when I was in my deaf state. I call it deaf state because I wish I could control what's going in there. I wish I can ask questions. I wish I can get them, but I couldn't. I mean, it was. I mean, I like it's just like you say about thirst. You know what I mean? There was always a river around. You know what I mean? I even came back thirsty more than ever. I drink like tons of water now. I drink teas and I mean it doesn't quench my thirst because I'm so used to just because when I woke up my mouth was dry. It was just like I wanted water, but I couldn't drink water because they were giving me water down the tube, you know?
All right.
Thank you, Shelly. Like appreciate it for
So,
showing.
do you believe that the reason why you went through your own hell is some of the bad choices that you made in life?
Yes, I did. I mean, like it was basically wanting to. I remember if I go back on my videos, I remember asking, I wonder how it feels like to be on the other side. It was sort of like it was sort of like being not obsessed, sort of like being so intrigued about it that I just wanted to know more and more and more and more that I wanted to find that person to tell me, hey, this is how it feels. I didn't want to go to the other side. But when I did, it was just a whole different experience than what I imagined. Thank you, Carol. Appreciate it. What would you say to those who continue to say COVID? COVID is not messed up. It's not fake. I remember going down. This is for Doris. I remember when I was leaving intensive care. Man, there was the whole. There was I swear there was like 200 rooms because I was going upstairs. There were like the fourth floor was when you were getting better. I remember seeing young kids. I remember seeing healthy people. I remember, families couldn't even be there because of the COVID. I remember, look, check this out. When I was dead, also when I was dead, I remember looking to a glass mirror and wanting someone so bad to talk to me. And I was dead, mind you. I remember. And man, it's so lonely dying like that in my bed. I mean, I remember, yeah, I could hear my family members bickering at each other. It's just like, geez, I was never seeing everything, just everything. And I remember, is this it for me? I thought, is this it for me? I was telling God that, is this it for me? Like, is this how it feels to be lonely? But you know what? Like you're saying, Doris, it's real. It's a struggle. And a lot of people, they say, oh, COVID this and COVID that, it is because I suffered through it. I got the trach for it. Like, I mean, a lot of people say, oh, they paid this person. No, they didn't. I'm a broke ass guy. Shoot. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm still struggling to pay my medical bills, and struggling for insurance to even cover it. I mean, it is wild. It's hell. Even hell coming back, like I'm living with mom right now. I'm about to move out soon, hopefully. And are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Like, and everybody's just so worried about me and I'm just like, leave me alone. I'm okay. I mean, oh, it's just a struggle. But yeah, COVID is real, guys. It is. Wear a mask, please. You don't want to go through something I go through because I'm just lucky by the luck of God and by His glory that I'm still alive. And I mentioned His name. I mentioned His name because God is real. I seen Him. I experienced His love, His warmness, His kindness. Like if He wanted, He could take me, but it wasn't my time. So sorry. Any more questions?
And you're right. You're right. God is a beautiful thing. And God, if you believe in Him hard enough, He'll heal you in His
You
own
will.
way.
Yeah. I mean, I heard His voice. I mean, I heard everything. I mean, when God shows you, when God shows you, or whoever you believe in, if you Catholic or whatever, that's okay. I'm not downing y'all guys, okay? I don't want you guys thinking that. If you guys are Buddhism, if you guys are whatever, hey, that's all good. But God shows you a cloud of what you need to. I don't know. I think God was just showing me a premonition, like me talking to my mom, me talking to Brenda about, the security room and how the cameras, like went to one. Remember, Brenda, I was telling you about that. Um, I mean, he has a message. Some things I don't talk about because those messages are for them. And I mean, there's something's gonna. What's up, Patty? What's going on? Um, it's it's hard to explain, guys. It's hard. I mean, uh, it's just. I mean, it's something that like yeah. Sometimes I scratch my head because was one time when I got back, I remember I was hanging over my fiance's place, and no, it's okay, Pinky, it's okay. I know you're listening. I appreciate you being here. I really do. I remember I was at my fiance's place and I told my daughter, this is when I got back. I was chilling watching TV and I said, because my braces, I remember in my deaf state, I remember I left them at a dance hall, you know, and I told my daughter, was like, "Are you sure they're at the hospital?" And she was like, "No." I was like, and then also in my deaf state, I remember I was at this farm that the doctors took me to, and they didn't tell my mom where I was at. That was the most weirdest part. Wow, tell you that already. I was at a farm. I remember. Here's what I don't understand is too. I remember workers working out in the field. You know what I mean? Like even how the wheat goes in the machine, it blows out or whatever. But I remember seeing that. I remember the workers going to their properties to help them out. But whatever. So I told I, so my daughter goes, "You were never there at those places. You were only at the hospital. They just picked it up from the hospital. You know what I mean?" So I went to go to check my braces out because they were new. They were so new. And he looked at him. He goes, "Man," because I'm getting some more. They're for my foot drop. They're kind of like a foot drop braces. And he told me, "Damn, you've been walking on these for a lot." They're like, "No, I just got them. I had got them that March before I went in. They were brand new." They're like, "No, they've been walked on a lot." I was like, "That's impossible." It's like I only had them for like a month when I went to COVID. And they're like, were you walking on terrain like terrain roads like hills and everything?" I was like, "No, I wasn't." They're like, "Well, it looked like you're going up a hill because it goes the brace is like this and it's flat and it's almost broken." And they're like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "No." But I remember in my deaf state I was going up hills and they were broken. Almost, but not broken, but still walk with them. Next week I'm gonna get them. But it's just weird, man. I mean, the coincidence, like, I mean, people buying me things and it's there now. Like, I mean, it is wild. Like, oh, it's something that you're not alone. I've been there when I was 7, just 21. Did you want to come up, Patty, and talk about? Oh yeah, you're an investigation. My bad. Um, that's wild, Patty. Um, but yeah, it's something, man. I'll tell you. I mean, to be honest, I think I don't know, man. I think it's pretty neat that God showed me that. I don't know why this happened to me, but it just happened, I guess. I mean,
All right, Eli, I'm gonna bounce back off. I'll watch your live streams and your videos
okay,
back, and
okay,
I'll catch you later.
okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You
And
coming?
thank you, let me up.
Oh, no problem. Hey, don't forget to hit the sub button, man. Okay.
Oh, I got you. I
All
got
right.
you.
All right, cool. Hey, share me out too. So you know, I need to get everybody's subs back.
You know I'll share you out. Don't
Thanks.
even worry about that.
Okay, thank you. But all right, go ahead, Brenda.
Oh no. Billy called while you guys were talking. I was trying to hurry up and get him off the phone. Like, I'm on the
Yeah.
panel with Eli.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'll probably end this right now. Just a little tired and stuff like that after
Don't
everything.
be sad.
I know. Tired of all the bullshit, right?
Hmm.
Sorry, I had a phone call when you're on. My daughter's old cellmate called me, and then she was telling me about, Cheyenne in there, and that she had three. She got 4 years and was out in three. So I'm hoping Cheyenne's out in the same.
Oh wow.
So started talking to her, started crying, all this shit. So
Yeah.
emotional. It's emotional for my daughter.
I bet. I'm sorry about that.
No, 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 it's all right. It happens once in a while. I cry. I'm
I'm
human, Eli.
sorry.
That's
Everybody's
right.
human, man. Everybody's
Uh,
human. We'll talk a
got
little bit.
emotional from your thing this morning, and then I get a thing from Cheyenne's old
Well, I
cellmate.
mean,
I start crying. Y'all people got me emotional today, man.
it's
Uh,
yeah. Patty, we could. We'll talk later. We'll set something up with everybody. Okay.
go do your
Um.
investigation, Patty. LOL.
Oh shit.
Mhm.
Go get them ghosts, girl. Go get them ghosts.
Right. Well, guys, thank you for us for coming. And thank you for being a part of my journey and for letting me be part of yours. Remember, guys, be safe out there. Um. Thank you. Thank you again.
Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.
Big hugs. You too, Tammy.
Stay positive.